9, 10, 11, 12.
Far away from the hustle and bustle of the city, the people of Up and Downs, like millions of others around Britain, enjoy the peace and tranquility of village life.
Morning.
Where the fresh country air and the gentle song of the lark provide the perfect backdrop to...
18! It's enough to make one's blood boil.
Good morning, Dorothy.
Morning, I grant you. Good, it definitely isn't.
Some sort of problem?
Problem? An outrage?
Perhaps you'd care to enlighten us.
There are no less than 18, repeat, 18 broken curbstones on the village green.
I see.
Which, despite my tireless dedication to the cause, is 3 more than the corresponding amount this time last year. An outrage.
Right.
You see, the problem today is there are no longer any standards. Have you any idea how much public money the council spend on village upkeep?
No.
No, neither have I, but I'm going to find out.
It seems that someone's in for a surprise.
She wants what? Our annual budget, a list of expenses? What's that got to do with anyone else apart from the council?
Problem, Angus?
Dorothy Fortescue.
Ah, yes.
Don't you know how busy I am?
Well, I'm sure she's got the village's best interest at heart.
Indeed. Which is why I'm going to put this in my special file for high priority items.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, come on, you don't expect me to take her seriously, do you?
Yes, Angus. It's the law.
Oh, yes. And what law's that then?
The Freedom of Information Act, to be precise.
Freedom of information? And that's for the government and alien conspiracy theories, not small authorities like ours.
That's where you're wrong. You see, the Freedom of Information Act and the Environmental Information Regulations apply to all public authorities. Councils, emergency services, doctors, dentists, opticians.
Opticians?
Under the Freedom of Information Act, all requests for information need to be answered and dealt with appropriately.
But this is a request for financial information, expenses and stuff.
Aye. What's this then? Council got something to hide, have they?
No, of course not.
Right. Well, we'll see about that. I'm sure our readers would like to know exactly what the council spends our money on. Dear sirs, please provide me with the following information.
This is all getting out of hand. I can assure you that we've got absolutely nothing to hide here.
So you'll be providing everyone with the information they've asked for.
But budgets, expenses?
I can see the headlines now. Council mob embezzles millions. Detectives praise. Local journalist.
Look, it's really not like that.
Angus, calm down. If you've nothing to hide, then there's nothing to worry about. The thing is, the public have a right to know about certain things.
I suppose.
And it's your job to make that information available to them.
And while you're about it, how is Jennifer supposed to follow her dream of performing in Swan Lake?
Eh?
The local community centre. Apparently, you lot are going to redevelop it. There goes Jennifer's ballet class. I mean, where's she supposed to perfect her Grand Plié?
Her what?
What I want to know is, what are you going to put in its place?
Another request? You don't expect me to have everything to hand just like that, do you?
Not necessarily. But you are expected to answer inquiries as soon as you can.
So how long have I got?
You have 20 working days from the date you receive a request in which to respond.
20 working days. That's like a whole month.
It is, more or less.
Oh, well then. Why didn't you say? Ooh. You nearly had me going there for a minute. 20 working days. No sweat. Ooh.
Tick-tock. 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 Tick-tock.
Who's she?
That's Sharon. She works at East and West Council.
And what's her problem?
You need to deal with the request as soon as possible, because the clock is ticking. You don't want to end up in a dark basement looking for files at midnight, do you?
That's all a bit melodramatic, isn't it?
Trust me, I've been there. Besides, the quicker you respond, the better the customer service.
Customer service? We don't have any customers. We're a council.
Customers, citizens, call them what you like. But if you're spending their money, they're entitled to expect a certain level of service.
I suppose.
The more organised, open and transparent you are, the less work you'll have in dealing with requests. But if you act like you've got something to hide, well...
So basically, what you're saying is that I have to give out anything that I'm asked for within 20 working days maximum.
Don't do that, for goodness sake.
Why not?
Because you need to be careful not to release information which shouldn't be made public. Like someone's personal data?
Right. Now I'm confused.
What the doctor's saying is that there are some instances when information shouldn't be made available. When this is the case, you must apply one of the exemptions.
Exemptions? You mean I don't have to give out the information?
Not if there's a valid reason for withholding it.
Aha!
But you still have to reply by issuing a refusal notice
Ow.
within the 20 days. Explaining which of the exemptions applies and why.
I'm with you.
Really?
No, not really.
There are 24 exemptions. For instance, where providing the information might endanger national security, or prejudice investigations, or damage someone's commercial interests. Now, even when an exemption applies, in most cases, you also have to complete a public interest test.
I have to sit a test.
No. You must consider what the public interest is in providing the information. Think of it like a pair of scales. On the one side, all the reasons why the information should be released, and on the other, all the reasons why it shouldn't. Now, if the scales weigh heavier on the release side, or are equal, then you must provide it. And if you do issue a refusal notice, you must explain your reasons to the applicant. Then, if they disagree with your decision, they can appeal against it.
It's all a bit of a minefield, isn't it?
Not really, no. In most circumstances, it's very simple. I always do my best to send out the information, unless there's a really good reason not to.
So, Angus, do you have a really good reason not to?
Me? No, not at all. I just want to be absolutely sure about all the facts before I send everything out. There's no problem. I'll be sending out Mrs. Fortescue's information henceforth. Forthwith.
Tick-tock.
It's just that I have to pull all the different documents together.
Tick-tock.
Tick-tock.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't know where they are.
He's saying he doesn't know where they are.
Tick-tock! If his records management isn't in order, then he's in trouble.
Angus? Lost something, Angus?
No, not at all. Just updating our filing system a little.
So, you have got all the information you need, then?
Yes. Well, no, not all of it. But I can get my hands on some of it quickly. Ish.
You don't sound too sure.
Well, the thing is, some of the documents are with the council chairman.
The council chairman. I see. And is he around today?
What time is it? Probably not, no.
OK. So when will he be in?
A week on Tuesday, when he gets back from Tenerife.
Tick-tock.
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 Look, that's really not very helpful.
Look around you, Angus. It's a mess. You need to have systems in place. Get things organised.
I know. Just haven't got round to it yet.
You'll be telling me next you don't have a publication scheme. All public authorities must have an approved publication scheme. It's like a guide that lets people know what information is made available and how they can get hold of it. You do have one, don't you?
Yes, of course. Everyone's got a publication scheme.
Tick-tock.
You haven't got one, have you, Angus?
No.
Tick-tock.
Come on, Angus. This is your chance to get everything in order. Then any future request will be much easier to deal with.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
I hope you're going to be recycling that.
Yes?
I'd like you to send me a copy of your recycling policy and your projected carbon footprint for next year, please.
Yes, of course, madam. I'm just a little bit busy at the moment. I wonder if you wouldn't mind putting your request in writing.
I don't have to. You see, this is a request which comes under environmental information regulations and which, unlike freedom of information requests, can be made verbally.
Somebody help me, please. What have I ever done to deserve this?
Angus, I think it's safe to say you could use a little help. Good morning, Dorothy.
It is, isn't it?
You seem very pleased today.
Indeed. You see, this very morning I received a letter from those nice people at the council very kindly furnishing me with some information I requested regarding financial matters.
And is everything in order?
Perfectly. It's proved something of an eye-opener. And yet, in spite of the wonderful work our council are doing, there seem to be some people who do nothing but complain.
Good morning, Angus.
It most certainly is, isn't it?
So you managed to comply with Dorothy's request.
Yep.
And it looks as though you managed to get things a little more in order.
Yep.
And you've even adopted a publication scheme.
Yep.
And it appears the community centre is to be rebuilt. With a swimming pool.
What can I say, Angus? A complete transformation.
Go on. Ask me for something.
I don't think there's any need for that.
Anything you like.
Look, you really don't have to go through
Minutes of meetings from October 2006.
Yeah, very impressive.
How about another? Planning permissions for 2004.
Very good. Now,
Ask me another. Anything. Go on.
Angus, I really don't think...
Budget forecast for next year.
Angus!
2006 election results.
Oh, well. Now, for all the help and guidance you need, visit the Information Commissioner's Office website. You'll find the address at the end of the film. Now, if you don't mind, I have to go and do a voiceover for a washing powder commercial. Gets rid of all stains, including blackcurrant, gravy, grass, grease, mud, rust.